to a field work. Now I will take you to the field and I will test how best naturalist you are. Those who have seen my earlier slide, please do not raise your hand. What is there in this picture? This picture. You are in the field. You are in the field and there is an animal in this.
Yes sir, it is Peninsular bengalensis is the plant on that.
No, I am not talking about the plant. I am talking about the animal. There is an animal which is present in this photograph and you have to locate that animal. What is that animal is? Okay. Yes. Pardon? Okay, I will come to you later. Anybody else can guess? What is there in this picture? थोड़ा दिमाग का बत्ती जलाओ. सेंटर प्रेस नहीं लाया तो मंगवाता हूँ.
Stick worm भी है.
नहीं है. Okay. Yes. Come front. Come, point there. Yes. Where? That is snake over here. Excellent. He is a good naturalist having a very good eye on the forest floor. There is a snake here, which is coiled in this stick, right? What is there? वो तो स्नेक था. इधर क्या है भाई? डेफिनेटली कुछ तो है. नेचर में जाओ, एनिमल नहीं दिखेगा, हो ही नहीं सकता. If you are there walking on the forest floor, every bit of land has an animal, and that is the job of a naturalist. थोड़ा आंख को स्ट्रेंथ दीजिए, थोड़ा ताकत दीजिए कि है कुछ यहाँ पे, मुझे लोकेट करना है. And that's the job of a naturalist. उतना देर में तो एनिमल चला जाएगा उधर. Huh? What is there? Anybody said anything? What is that? You have to come and locate it. I don't know what is there in the floor. You have to locate it. Yes. I think this is cheating. You have seen my earlier presentation. No, I find good naturalist here. That's why I am really surprised that how you are able to locate the forest floor. Because many of my talks, people fail to identify what is there in the slides. But you people are really genius. Could able to identify. There is a frog there, right? So naturalist is all about very exciting things. When you go to the field, like when I used to go with my guide, he used to say there is something there collected. I said, what it is, sir? You have to have an interest on what is there in the forest floor. What is there here?
Snake.
Now we all become naturalists. Right? Very exciting now. Everybody is into naturalist. What is there here then?
Leopard.
Leopard is there. Okay. What is there here?
It's a bird.
What is there here? It's a bird. What is there here? Owl. So all these things are once thought by one person called Carlinius. Right? We are all at your bachelor's level and plus 2 level also, and at master's level also. Must have heard about this gentleman called Carlinius, who is also called the father of taxonomy. So what all you have seen in the earlier slides were named by somebody. Otherwise, how you know? It's a frog of Western Ghat, or frog of Eastern Ghat, or owl of Eastern Ghat, owl of Western Ghat. How do you know? So every animal need to be named. Why it is required to be named? Because the medicine what is used in cow and the medicine what is used in human being doesn't work together. The doses are different, the medicines are different. So unless you identify animal, how do you go about it? The best example is right now again we are फिर से डरा रहा है हमको corona. Now when the coronavirus came, what they say? The looks like SARS-MARS. They are not confirmed. Because unless you identify a virus, how do you go about developing the drugs for it? Because जो SARS का अगर एंटीवायरस डेवलप किया, क्या पता वो ह्यूमन बीइंग के लिए फेटल हो जाए. मार्स का डेवलप किया, वो भी फेटल हो जाए, काम ना करे. So you must recognize, you must identify animal to go further about it. And that is how I said it has a lot of application in biological science. Natural history has a lot of application in biological science. You go to any field. Now it is the world of IT, information technology, and the biologists are not the engineers are not at crisis. The biologists are at crisis because engineers know the technology, they don't know the biology, and engineers are now getting trained themselves into biology, and that is how the biotechnology industry, that is how the pharmaceutical industry is growing up. You must need to know about the biology, the natural history of the animal to apply in any field. Either it is the agricultural science, it is the pharmaceutical science, it is of biotechnology, anything. Another best example is that during the corona time again, corona is the best period to cite example in this case. You must heard about one Lacoste which came from Pakistan. You have heard about that? Okay. So that Lacoste वो झुंड में आया, टिड्डा बोलते हैं ना उसको मराठी में टिड्डा बोलते हैं. So that came from Pakistan and it came in thousands and thousands in number. Now the agriculture people have no clue how to control that pest, because the kind of pesticide that is required to be used in टिड्डा, because it is not a known species for India, it is a migratory species which has come from Pakistan. It is not a native species of the country, so we don't know anything about that animal. So if you use pesticide on टिड्डा to control, because overnight they consume all plants, everything in the field. So if we use pesticide of a particular type, the other animals which are economically or agriculturally important will also get killed. So we must develop a drug which is only targeted at controlling the टिड्डा. Right? So this is how the biological science, the natural history people contribute to conservation, contribute to our sustainable development, contribute to the economy of the country, contribute to the overall developing. We are targeting at 2047 as the developed country with economy, 5 trillion economy. So that is not going to come only from mine industry or from the steel industry. Most of it we are also targeting at agriculture. Most of it we are targeting as the product, biological products. So this is all about what we call the biodiversity. The entire things what is surrounding. Morning our judges was telling biodiversity, nobody was known because they were all old generation people. Like our Mahabal sir, he completed I think 40 plus years of service in ZSI. And this biodiversity term came sometime in 1992 only, when the Rio Earth Summit was organized, and then the term biodiversity was coined by many of the intellectuals, the stalwart and the mastermind people on the subject, that there should be a term called biodiversity. So this is the landmark, the Rio Earth Summit, which was held in 1992, was a landmark to know more about biodiversity, and the buzzword came. Now everything is trending. Now what is trending by now? Anything is trending. India-Pakistan war is trending everywhere. So similarly, this buzzword biodiversity also started trending from 1992. So in general terms, biodiversity means variety, variability between genes, species, ecosystem, everything is biodiversity. Say, whatever we consume, whatever we, wear, whatever we do, is all comes under the umbrella of biodiversity. But scientifically and biologically, biodiversity defined in three different steps. One is species diversity, like I said that there are different type of animals, different type of species. There is genetic diversity among the species, like morning she was giving a lecture on planaria. So there is genetic diversity among them, and the ecosystem diversity. Like we have variety of habitat, biological communities, ecological processes, all these things are part of the ecosystem diversity. Then why to conserve all these things but I am just refreshing your mind, just a refresher course. Now why to conserve biodiversity? Directly or indirectly, everybody of us get benefited from biodiversity. Either it is conjunctive use, non-conjunctive use, whether it is any purpose, whether it is for aesthetic purpose also. अगर जंगल सुंदर नहीं दिख रहा है तो आपको जाने के लिए मन नहीं करेगा, बंजर है बोल के. That is why we need to conserve biodiversity. Recreational use के लिए we need clean water, we need clean environment, we need clean air. For that we need biodiversity. अगर photosynthesis अच्छा नहीं होगा, अगर pollination अच्छा नहीं होगा, then plant will not survive. So for that we need biodiversity. So in fact 40% of the world economy is depend on the biodiversity, the well-being of the biodiversity of the world. So the richer the biodiversity, the greater the opportunity in terms of species, in terms of resources, in terms of challenge for climate change. Now, after a long time, another punchword came, another trending theme called CBD, which in generally whoever applying for competitive exam and all, this term will definitely will come to know that there is a term called CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity. So this convention is a global forum which addresses on conservation and sustainable utilization of the biodiversity of the country. And how अकेला नहीं खाना है, सबको सब में बांट के मिल बांट कर खाना है. So fair and equitable sharing of these resources. क्योंकि biodiversity मेरा नहीं है, biodiversity आपका नहीं है. In certain part of the country, suppose mango is only grown in Konkan part of Maharashtra. If Maharashtra, Konkan will say that no, I will not share my mango with any other part of the country or any part of Maharashtra, that is not a fair thing. Mango is for everybody to eat. Similarly, biodiversity has to be equally shared among all. So all these biodiversity are not lies everywhere. As I said, biodiversity is a general term, it is fine, but then this biodiversity are also identified based on the endemicity. What is endemicity? Endemicity is, you must have heard the term pandemic. Corona time again. Everything I will relate to Corona. Corona is excellent time for me to give lecture, made my life very easy. So Corona time they were saying pandemic. What is pandemic? What is pandemic? Can anybody say what is pandemic?
Worldwide.
Pan-endemic. It is a sandhi vichhed. Pan plus endemic is pandemic. It is endemic, but throughout the globe it has spread. Right? But on the other word, the antonyms of that is that endemic. Endemic is only restricted. Madam has come from Telangana. Red sandal, endemic to only Telangana and some part of Andhra. Chittur, that to Chittur only. Not found in anywhere else. So that is how the endemicity, because endemic means in one place only, nowhere else you will find it. There are several species of frogs which are only found in Western Ghat. There is a rat, of course now that is now been discovered in other places. There is Kondana rat. Kondana Fort, many of you have gone, must have gone, not very far from Pune city. Okay, there is a rat found there, it's called Kondana rat. It is endemic to only Kondana Fort. I don't know why that animal loves to be there only. So this is the beauty of endemicity. They are only restricted to that location only, nowhere else. So again, this is a general terminology, loss of biodiversity. Everybody knows that is because of pollution, because of human interference, because of urbanization, lot of other factors which are responsible. Overexploitation, hunting, all these are general terminology which applies each and every sphere of our life. If you read the Constitution of India as per the Article 51A of the Constitution of India, it rightly says it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including forest, lakes, river, wildlife, and to have compassion of living creature. It is our prime duty conserve the biodiversity. Biodiversity सरकार का नहीं है, biodiversity forest department का नहीं है, biodiversity ZSI का नहीं है, biodiversity industry या university का नहीं है. It is our collective responsibility to conserve the biodiversity of the country. Now, India is a great country. We are the 12th mega biodiverse nation in terms of the biodiversity. We are 12th in the number because of the reach and biodiversity, because we are blessed with such a kind of ecosystem. On the north you have the snow-capped mountains, in the south you have the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, in the east you have the northeast rainforest, and the west you have the dry desert, the semi-arid part of it. And that's why, like we are talking about the biodiversity zones of India, Deccan, which is again very unique in terms of biodiversity. I am not going into the detail, but Indian subcontinent, if you look at biographical region, the different colors represent the different biographical areas of the country. And the down one, if you see the brown color, that kind of brown in color, light brown in color, is the Deccan part of it. Okay, and this is how the biographical classification of the entire country has been done. There are 10 biographical zones, of which the Deccan is the maximum, the light green color, having occupied the maximum part of the country, and followed by other areas like Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat coast, the northeast, the Himalayas, Trans-Himalayas, desert, and all this stuff. So biodiversity conservation comes in two ways. One is in situ conservation, one is ex situ conservation. These are also study which, like classical, your theoretical studies, what you have done in your bachelor's level or master's level, either in situ conservation or ex situ conservation. In situ conservation in terms of biosphere reserve, national parks, sanctuaries, other forms of protections. Like one of our young friends were giving an idea how locally we can conserve biodiversity by declaring them. And then ex situ conservation in terms of gene bank, in terms of captive breeding, in terms of botanical gardens, in terms of tissue culture, translocation, transplantation, all these stuff. So this is the diversity of the country in terms of the various protected areas spread across the nation. And all these things come, we don't protect alone. There is something called multilateral environmental agreement, which the government of India, the country India is signatory to it. We are party to many of the convention, international convention on biodiversity and related to biodiversity, be it agriculture, be it environment, be it pollution, be it marine, be it terrestrial, be it desertification. We are party to many of these conventions, and since 1970s we have been signatory to many of the conventions. Then why we need to get signed in this all this convention? One can ask, I don't need to sign in this convention. Simply because everything is related to money. At the end of the day, we talk about money. What benefit I have? If I sign a convention, what is my benefit to, my benefit to the country? So everything lies in money. And money is controlled by whom? By World Bank. So unless you are signatory to all this convention, you will not get money. So money is the main thing, and unless you have money, you can't do anything. ना बाप माँ भैया सबसे बड़ा रुपया बोलते हैं ना, तो money is required. So we are signatory to many of the policies and convention, but significant initiative that was taken by government is since 1970, like the first is the World Heritage Convention, for which we are signatory. Then we are signatory to CITES, which came in 1975, Ramsar Convention again 1975, CVD 1992, and Cartagena Protocol very recently in 2000. We are also, where I told about the equitable sharing of the resources. Now this is extinct from the country. Whether it is extinct, pink-headed duck in North Indian Gangetic Plain. Anybody heard about the name of this bird? Pink-headed duck. No? Not heard about this animal? Pink-headed duck was once upon a time found in Gangetic Plains of India. Last more than 100 years, nobody has seen this animal. But we are there, we don't have the daring to declare this animal as extinct, because we still hope that there may be a population, there may be an individual, there may be one or two individuals which will be there in the nature. Okay, now I come to your job. Why to become a naturalist? Why to become a zoologist? So by becoming a zoologist, you can get involved in variety of projects, various programs of the government of India, privately funded projects and things like that. You can actively participate in wildlife conservation. You can learn how to do survey, how to do research, how to write proposals, how to make conservation plans and environmental laws. You can find diversity of geographical areas to work with, and typically you can work in office as well as in the field. As I said, sometimes office work is very boring, so you go to the field. Field work is very boring. No internet connectivity, no communication, you come back to office and work. Some of the role of naturalist: you can work as a wildlife biologist, you can work as a public educator and outreach specialist, you can work as a forest storyteller. Now, many of the protected areas, if you go, there are, how many of you have by the time, by the way, have visited any of the national park or sanctuaries? You have gone? So, locally there will be local guide. You are bound to take a local guide there. So what the local guide does, he will tell you different stories about that forest. How that forest has evolved. What is the importance of that forest? If you come in this time, you will see tiger. If you come in this time, you will see leopard. Daytime, if you go, you will see this. Nighttime, if you go, you will see this. So that's the beauty of become a naturalist. You can work as a wildlife conservationist, as a professional wildlifer. You can work in government agency, projects of government of India, like Project Tiger, Project Elephant. All these jobs are lucrative nowadays. You can work in various non-government organizations also. You can work as an academician, as a teacher of environmental science, as a faculty of zoology, as a faculty of wildlife, as a faculty of conservation biology. There are a lot of allied subjects now are being offered if you have a career, if you have a background in natural history. You can work in corporates. Now some of my friends, they have recently joined Reliance Foundation. And the first thing when they enter was given an iPad and an Apple phone. That's the signature of being an employee of a Reliance Foundation. And forget about the salary and all what they are getting. I sometimes feel that I should jump there. So that's the kind of attraction that is being given. Vantaram, another very good examples of how corporate people are into the wildlife conservation and promoting. So you can have a career. There are different agencies like ONGC, then Sony India. Then you have various CSR program of the industries where they have to hire a naturalist, a wildlife biologist, or a person who has fair knowledge about biological science. How much salary they get? This is very conservative figure. The average wildlife naturalist salary in India is per year. This is excluding CTC, because nowadays again trending terms is CTC. What is CTC? Anybody knows what is CTC? None of your friends work in IT and all. They work in IT, no? What they say? Oh, my CTC is 25 lakhs. Cost to company. Now, what is cost to company? Cost to company is like I am hired by a corporate. I am using the ceiling fan for sitting here. I am using the AC. I am using the office building. I am using the computer. I am using all facilities there. So everything is calculated in your salary. Now your CTC is 25 lakhs. But your take home salary is 5 lakhs. So that's called CTC company. CTC, cost to company. So this projection what I have made here is excluding CTC. Because once you join a corporate, they will not tell you the salary. They will say this is CTC. Okay. So at entry level, like if you have 1 to 3 years of experience, you are likely to get some 6 lakh rupees definitely. And when you go at senior level, your salary keep on increasing. This is a very conservative figure that I have calculated. It can go up to 10 lakhs. So career as a naturalist, as a biologist, what you can do? Wildlife Institute of India, they offer master's degree in wildlife science and further PhD, where you can have a career as a field researcher, as a scientist. Zoological Survey of India, where you are standing here, you are sitting here, offer a degree for pursuing PhD in taxonomy, and later on you can be hired as a scientist, like you can be recruited as a scientist at any level, starting from Group E level, Group A level, any level. And there are live examples who are sitting here who have been earlier researcher and now become a master role of this organization. Forest Research Institute again provide master's degree in forestry, PhD in forestry. Then there is a lot of opportunity. ICFRE, Bharati Vidyapit offers here itself the environmental science, wildlife science at PhD level also. There are various NGOs like the Women Naturalist Society, the Wildlife Trust of India, UNDP, UNEP, UNICEF, IUCN, CITES, a whole lot of organization. They will offer you once you have a degree, like once you have a career or good background about naturalistry. Thank you. That's all. Just I want trying to fill in the gap between the judges and the judgment. So now we'll come here, sir. In the meantime, I invite anybody who is interested to come here and give his or her feedback about today's event of hackathon, how it was and how it should be in future, and what improvement is required or what else that was not done, or your opinion about like what you feel about today's. It is a off the record statement. There is nothing is going to be recorded. You are not going to, like anything. If you say negative, then you will be not called for next time. It is not like that. You are free to You are free to give any kind of critical comments, criticize us, blame us, or praise us also. So if you feel like, so anybody would like to come.
Even if you abuse, we'll take it as class.
Yes. So it is like your feedback is it's a like asset for us. The more feedback we'll have from you people, more we'll try to improve it in future and try to build up capacity as a part of the capacity building for future. So over to all of you. The platform is open for you. And in fact, this is also a part of the training, like the exercise that you have come here.
I think
Because
madam will be the best person.
madam is the opening batsman for
her experience and eyes and vision.
So ladies first and let's please.
Good afternoon, one and all. The program which has organized, ED2 organized, and many programs we organize, even Indian Academy of Sciences refresher courses and all other things I organize, even biodiversity programs and all. This is something, you know, which has attracted at least few as a to start with or to initiate with, I can say, sir. And it is really a very wonderful program. I'm not taking it in sense of prize or money or anything, nothing of that sort. The term, it has attracted me a lot. As a biologist, when I got the, mail, actually I did not get. One of my colleague of zoology she got and one of my colleague of chemistry she got. They immediately passed it to me. The second they got. So when I looked at the title, I was little bit in a jittery state because, you know, my work, what I have done, it is at a grassroots level. Of course, botanical part of it I am fine. I have used advanced technology, biotechnology and all as it is my specialization, no doubt about it. But as far as animals are concerned, I was constantly observing. I was taking pictures, videos, and I was sending it to journals, all those things. But the thing is, hackathon is the word where it requires computational analysis or something like that. I started working on it, but still, you know, I had a doubt in my mind. I called Aparna madam. I really appreciate her for her patience and perseverance. I might have called her 5 to 6 times in the period of 1 week. So, and I am new to this area also, where to get down and all, I do not know. Today also I got down at the place and one of the guy who is going to Nirgudi has helped me out to book the auto also. So that is one. And this program is really an innovative one, not only in terms of technology, but also, you know, the celebrations that has been made by ZSI. It is really a contributory and it paves the way for the learners. As a teacher, even I feel that I am an evergreen learner, and it's really an opportunity for everyone at least to take initiative step. And how I came is, okay, whatever I have, let me present. The thing is, the feedback is one thing which is very, very important. The criticism is important, so that it helps me to go to the perfection or refinement in the present work. And it is really a very innovative idea, sir, not only in terms of technology, in terms of idea, it's really good. And I appreciate ZSI for organizing such programs. In future also, I expect the same. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.
Because we need teachers to speak out.
Good evening, one and all. At the outset, I express my heartfelt gratitude towards the most renowned scientist, the officer in charge of Zoological Survey of India, Dr. Tripathi sir, Dr. Aparna Kalaute madam, because they have taken a painstaking efforts for organizing such a wonderful hackathon. We were aware about hackathon only in just corporate sector or some engineering field, but this is the first event in Zoological Survey of India that they have organized this hackathon in the presence of the most renowned and esteemed scientist where we have grown, that is Professor Dr. R.H. Sharma, Dr. Mahabale sir, and the Professor Varsha Wankhede madam. They work as a jurist. Sir, this Zoological Survey of India, when I was working in Ramakrishna Mori College, Apodi since 1996. So till that time, I used to come in Zoological Survey of India. So I have seen how that Zoological Survey of India has reached to this position, and it is a really big event for all the budding researcher, because now it has the time to disseminate the knowledge. The Zoological Survey of India, it is only not meant for the identification of this knowledge, but it is also for spreading the divine knowledge of our biodiversity. And this is a wonderful program they have made it, and it was a wonderful what you call it, the wonderful lunch. Then since from the morning, कारण की आपण जसं म्हणतो की मेंदूचा प्रवास हा पोटामधून जातो, कारण की ते खूप महत्त्वाचं असतं. सो इट वॉज अ रिअली वंडरफुल एक्सपिरियन्स फॉर अस. सो थँक यू very much once again for organizing this wonderful. Once again I express my heartfelt gratitude towards all these organizers. Thank you very much.
चाय पीने के बाद में, चाय की चुस्की के बाद में अब एक थोड़ी अलग ही चुस्की हो जाए, जिसके लिए हम सुबह से इतना स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं और इतना काम कर रहे हैं. तो एनी गेसेस हु मे बी द फर्स्ट फ्रॉम अदर देन द पार्टिसिपेंट्स? एनी गेसेस? कोई गेस नहीं है? Yeah, so the first best presentation and पहले थर्ड, ठीक है. So थर्ड के लिए भी कोई गेसेस है आपके पास? फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड? ठीक है, तो थर्ड है प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर सुषमा मैडम फ्रॉम हैदराबाद यूनिवर्सिटी. Congratulations मैम. Congratulations. Thank you. Second is Dr. Azraz. तालियां बजाइए, कंजूसी मत करिए ताली में. Congratulations. Thank you. So, finally, the first one is Mr. Chaitanya. And team, Chaitanya and Prathamesh. Congratulations, Chaitanya. So first, second, third, एक्चुअली सभी लोगों ने बहुत अच्छे से किया है, लेकिन फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड देना था, तो अभी जो है पार्टिसिपेशन सर्टिफिकेट जिन्होंने प्रेजेंट किया है यहाँ पे, सो आई विल कॉल फर्स्ट मिथिला चिंचलकर एंड क्षीरसागर सर. Mubin Sheikh. मैं शर्मा सर से माफी चाहूंगी. सर आप थोड़ा बैठिए मत, प्लीज हमारे साथ आइए और थोड़ा एड्रेस कर दीजिए सर. रिमार्क्स कंक्लूडिंग सर, सो प्लीज कम सर.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. सबसे पहले तो एक्चुअली मैं आप सबका शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि आपने मुझे आमंत्रित किया. डॉक्टर त्रिपाठी, डॉक्टर कनावते and all others. Actually, I am from this organization only, so everyone is known to me, and I thank every one of you for having me here. In fact, my own impression about this hackathon is shocking. As Madam also said that when in the morning only I told you that when I heard hackathon, then I said, am I fit for this? Because this word itself is actually not conversant with this word. But then when after coming here, I realized that actually why this has not been started by ZSI some 20 years back. By now we could have got laurels, but even it's not too late to start with. So I once again congratulate the organizers and especially my own organization to have reached to the even very, very technological level. And I'm sure in future also this ZSI will go on organizing such programs to attract, to tell you frankly, Zoological Survey of India finds it very difficult to recruit people who have real interest in biodiversity. The reason being, I think even teachers will also agree with me that the syllabi as these days in colleges and universities, they discourage you from taxonomy. Everyone wants to work on micro level or some other areas, but they forget at the same time that they actually, unless you know the basics, you cannot reach to that molecular level. Even to work on molecular level, you ought to know the basics of that particular organism. So there lies the importance of Botanical Survey of India and Zoological Survey of India. So I think such kind of interactions with younger students will make our organization more visible to the youngsters, and they will be attracted. As I think I was very a little late to see the presentation of Dr. Tripathi, and he has very nicely explained that what are the different opportunities lying for you people. So please see that if this program has made you to look forward for such kind of studies, I am sure you must be actually loving to see the butterflies and birds only. But the butterflies and birds is not only zoology, it's a part of zoology. So there are hundreds and hundreds of small organisms. They are waiting for you to discover them. They are already existing in the nature. So this organization will definitely help you to come up. Even as a student, you can approach the officer in charge or any scientist here and talk with them freely that I have this interest in such kind of organisms. How can I go about it? So I am sure they will very gladly accept you and guide you to the extent that you come up. So with these words and with this appeal, I think I stop here, and thank you once again, and congratulations to the winners, and don't get disheartened those who have not got the prize and all, whatever the certificate. This is just the beginning. There is still many things to do. So I think you can come up again, and in second round also we will see the more ideas, more innovative things, and I'm sure you people will get encouraged to take up such kind of studies. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच. सो अब कॉम्पिटिशन्स खत्म हो गए, खाना पीना भी अच्छे से हुआ है हम लोगों का. थैंक्स टू अवर सबसे पहले मैं थैंक्स करूंगी, ये वोट ऑफ थैंक्स मैं दे रही हूँ आप लोगों के सामने. तो सबसे पहले मैं शुरू करूंगी फूड से, क्योंकि सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट है फूड. सो फूड कमेटी है हमारी, फूड कमेटी में इन्वॉल्व है डॉक्टर पाटिल एंड हमारे न्यूली रिक्रूटेड हमारे नितिन चौहान. सो उनके लिए जोरदार तालियां, जिन्होंने बारिश को, हमने सोचा था पहले कि बाहर हम खाने का और चाय का अरेंजमेंट करेंगे, लेकिन बारिश ने हमारा थोड़ा सा प्लान नहीं किया, बट उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी तरह से बाहर से अंदर, अंदर से बाहर करते हुए मैनेज किया. उसके बाद में सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है ये जो चल रहा है, ये आप YouTube में भी देख सकते हो, जो घर में बैठे हुए, जो यहाँ नहीं आए. सो वो मतलब हुआ है, पूरा लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग चल रहा था यहाँ पे, और वो बहुत सारे लोग ऑनलाइन जुड़े हुए हमारे साथ, अभी भी आप देख सकते हो. सो उसका श्रेय पूरा जाता है हमारे न्यूली रिक्रूटेड संदीप और निशांत पवार, फिर से नितिन चौहान, और वो उन्होंने ये जो भी काम किया है अंडर द गाइडेंस ऑफ हमारे IT इंचार्ज डॉक्टर KP दिनेश और त्रिपाठी सर, तो सभी में है ही. सो थैंक यू सो मच. पहले हम लोग डर रहे थे कि हम लोग, क्योंकि एक तो हमने पैसा नहीं दिया है सर, जो भी सॉफ्टवेयर फ्रीली अवेलेबल है उसी पे हम काम चला रहे हैं, तो कर पाएंगे या नहीं, बट ये छोटे मतलब जो बच्चे हम लोगों ने कर दिखाया. सो थैंक यू यंग टीम. और उसके बाद में हमारा जो हॉल जो है, हॉल टीम, सो इसको थोड़ा सा हमारे यहाँ पे अभी फर्शी वगैरह नया हुआ है, काफी कुछ कलरिंग है, तो ये जो हॉल है मतलब ठीक तरह से नहीं था, तो उसको ठीक तरह से इन्होंने जस्ट एक 15 मतलब 8-10 दिन में कंप्लीट किया है. तो हॉल कमेटी में हमारे KP दिनेश सर और उनकी जो टीम है, उनको सबको धन्यवाद. राइट फ्रॉम द मतलब बहुत ही बुरी कंडीशन में था कि सब जगह धूली धूल, तो वो पूरी उनकी निगरानी में हुआ। और ये सिर्फ एक से नहीं, हमारे जो नए रिक्रूटीज हैं जैसे कि हमारे विनीत, मुझे अभी उनके नाम भी याद नहीं है क्योंकि उन्होंने लास्ट वीक ही ज्वाइन किया है। सो जैसे हमारे विनीत हैं, दीपक है और 2-3 लोग हैं जिनका नाम मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन सारे लोग मिलके ये सब काम किए, तो थैंक यू सो मच। और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, इससे भी इम्पोर्टेंट, हमारे त्रिपाठी सर जो कि हर चीज में हमारे साथ बिल्कुल, कल तो मैंने देखा शाम में वो जो बाहर बोर्ड लगा हुआ है, क्योंकि हमारी जो ज्यादातर टीमें कल IIT में कंपटीशन था, एकांक की नाट्य मंच प्रस्तुतिकरण था, जहां पे हमारे 8-10 लोग गए थे ZSI से, जिन्होंने वहां पे प्रेजेंट किया और बहुत वाहवाही लूटी, वहां पर बहुत अच्छे से प्रेजेंटेशन किया, जिसका नाम था नई मंजिल नया सफर। मतलब एक छोटे गांव का राजू जब एक छोटे गांव से आके पूना जैसे शहर में आता है, और वो भी आ रहा है कहीं से यूपी से या कहीं और से, तो उसे क्या क्या दिक्कतें आती है, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द लैंग्वेज, देन रहने का, बैचलर्स को घर नहीं देते, काफी चीजें, तो वो सारा उन्होंने वहां प्रेजेंट किया और खूब वाहवाही लूटी है वहां पर। सो इस वजह से कल तो मैंने देखा हमारे त्रिपाठी सर पाना और सारा कुछ लेके खुद ही घूम रहे, क्योंकि कोई हेल्प करने के लिए नहीं था, तो बच्चे लोग सारे यंग लोग उधर गए हुए थे, फिर हम 2-3 लोग 4 मतलब कुछ मिलके हमने कुछ जुगाड़ करके किया है। तो मतलब कहना ये चाहते कि सर हर एक चीज में, छोटी चीज में बिल्कुल घूम के करते रहते हैं। सो धन्यवाद सर। और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट धन्यवाद जो हमारी ज्यूरी यहाँ पर आई है, अपना मतलब समय, अपना तबीयत और अपना सब कुछ, मुझे पहले लग रहा था बारिश होने की वजह से शायद सर ना आए, बट दे हैव कम, तो उनके लिए तो बहुत जोरों से तालियां और बहुत धन्यवाद। तो शर्मा सर, महाबली सर, माधुरी मैडम, सो इसी के साथ सभी को जो भी छूटे, हमारे हुसैन, हमारे जो भी टेक्निकल कमेटी, हमारे स्वीपर जो है सलमान और सरोज, इनको सबको तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। और हमारे सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो ड्राइवर है सुनील सारोगे, जो कि कल रात में भी 10 बजे तक ये नई मंजिल नया सफर के साथ में थे, पूरी टीम को लेके गए थे, और सुबह भी 9 बजे सर के घर पे गए थे उनको लेने के लिए, तो उनको भी बहुत धन्यवाद। क्योंकि और वो रहते हैं यरवड़ा में, इस वजह से वो 2 दिन से घर ही नहीं गए, क्योंकि उनका एक ही काम चल रहा, रात के 10 बजे, सुबह से 9 से रात के 10 बजे तक इनको लाना ले जाना। सो उनका भी बहुत धन्यवाद। सभी का अकाउंट्स में, नितिन जी, हमारे जो भी है अलीम जी, इनका सबका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। सभी का जो भी नाम छूट गया है उनका भी धन्यवाद। सो थैंक यू सो मच। सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट ऑडियंस का धन्यवाद, और JSPU के टीचर्स हैं उनका धन्यवाद, उन्होंने आके 4 चांद लगा दिए। थैंक यू सो मच मैडम, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू। इसी के साथ वी आर लाइक dispersing. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you again.